Hey guys, Dave here.
I'm Len.
This is Wargame Chat. Today we're going to be talking about game shops, the best game shops and the best features of the best game shops. The first thing I would say is they have an auction or a flea market at least once or twice a year. What that means is customers can take their games and figures or whatever that they don't use anymore and put them in the auction or the flea market, and then they'll get 100% merchandise credit for the used stuff that they sell, and they'll use that to buy merchandise from the store. It's a win-win for everyone. The store makes money because, let's say you sell $100 worth of used stuff and they give you a $100 gift certificate, and then you cash it in there to get merchandise. Well, the $100 of merchandise they just sold you, they only paid $50 for, so they just made $50 off you, and you got to get rid of some used stuff you didn't want. So that works out. What are some of the features? What's a feature you like and you have seen in the best game shops?
Well, first thing I do when I go enter a store is I look around, and if I don't want to see any rats or mice on the floor. Or squirrels, or that's always, if you see one of those, it's always...
You're more likely to encounter, I would say, gamer funk, these guys who only shower like once every 6 weeks and go to conventions and game shops stinking.
But then again, that was any business, I don't want to see that. Mm-hmm. I visited a game store this week. There's one store nearby that I wasn't sure about, but this week I happened to be passing by, so I stopped. Now, first of all, it was nice and clean. Seemed to have a lot of stuff.
What shop was it? Do you remember?
Gamer's Goat.
Oh, okay.
It's on Harlem near, what is it, Norwood Park? Not Norwood Park. Norwich.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I wasn't going to buy anything, but they had a game called, Help Arrives. And this is a sequel to The Last Barricades, about a tactical game of the Spanish Civil War. So this one has the International Legion.
Well, that's cool. They got something historical in there. A lot of these game shops don't have anything historical.
Yeah, I was about to say that they did mention outside they have all the magic cards, and that's probably where they get most of their sales and do most of their business.
There's like...
So having one or two historical games is nice.
Yeah.
Plus also they have paint and paintbrushes, so I don't have to go up to Mount Prospect anytime I need paint. So...
Yeah, a lot of these newer game shops that are opening, they're just basically carrying like the top 100 on Board Game Geek, Magic the Gathering, and like as far as miniatures, maybe Warhammer or something in the D&D pre-primed miniatures, and that's pretty much it. So they just got the popular stuff. I don't know how that helps them financially. Maybe it does help them financially, but for like old school gamers who play all different periods and all different formats of gaming, you're not going to get much out of a shop like that. The best game shops have a big variety of merchandise.
One thing is they have a place where gamers can meet and play.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with this place they mentioned the fact it's kind of small, but they have an agreement with some tavern. Every other Monday they have like a game night.
Oh, that's cool.
So that helps out.
Yeah, it helps the tavern too, because when people are going to drink beer while they're playing the game.
And then they have barroom brawls. Yeah. My wizard can do that. How much you're saving, bro?
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, a game shop needs a gaming area. Also, it's good to allow people to game there for free, and to allow here's some Games Workshop store needs to hear, and allow them to game products that they don't carry at their store. Like I know people who've gone to like the Games Workshop store and they game there a bunch of times, and then they come there one time with one game that's not made by Games Workshop, and the manager of the store will come over to you and say it is forbidden to play games in this store that are not manufactured by Games Workshop, blah, blah, blah. There was one game shop in Chicago they originally started, they had a ton of historical figures, they had role-playing games and a bunch of other stuff. I don't think they had any board games, though. But there was a group of like BattleTech players that would go there, and there was a group of role players who would go there and play role-playing games, and then the owner of the business, for whatever reason, decided he wasn't going to carry role-playing games or BattleTech anymore. So they told these guys who had been gaming there for years that they can no longer play role-playing games or BattleTech anymore. So guess what? These guys never came back, and that shop's no longer in business. You never want to tell people to leave your store just because they're playing a game that you don't carry. I mean, that's like stupidity.
I think some people had problems getting, some retailers had problems getting products from BattleTech. But that's years ago. So
Real Partha carries it now. I think you can get, or not Real Partha, Ironwind Metals, who used to be Real Partha. So I think you can get them directly from them. And I'm sure the distributors have it now too.
Because with some manufacturers, both miniatures and game, at a certain point, if the retailers don't pay their bills or they don't think you're a good credit risk, they'll stop selling it to you. So, and I was thinking maybe all RPGs, I thought like certain ones would probably would have problems, while others would not. So, but that's unfortunate when that happens.
Yep. Another thing is the best game shops, the employees know everyone by name, and whenever you walk in, they greet you. They say, hi, John, hi, Dave, whatever the hell your name is and stuff. And the good thing about that is people become friends then with the employees there, and sometimes they go to the store, and they're not really looking to buy anything. They just go there to chit-chat for 10, 15 minutes with the employees there. And guess what? While they're there, they might see something they want and they might buy it. So it's always good to talk to your customers and know them by name.
There are many examples in Knights of the Dinner Table about this, where they're chatting with somebody at, I forget what store they have. And, and he mentions about certain new products coming or blah blah blah.
I can't speak for other people, but with me, if you own a game shop, you would want me to visit your game shop as often as possible, because it's pretty rare that I go in a game shop without buying something. So any way you could get me in the store, is a good idea, because you're probably going to get a sale from it. And I would imagine the same goes for most gamers too. If you just get them in the store, they're probably going to buy something. Maybe it's just a stupid paintbrush, or maybe just a little thing of paint, but they'll buy something while they're there.
Yeah, that does help. Get them in the store, and they might see something they didn't realize they wanted in there. So
I mean, because if you look at the foot traffic, not just for a Wargame store, but for any store, it correlates to the amount of sales you get. So if you have 100 people go through your store in a day, you might have 50 or 60 of them buy something. So if you get that number up to 200, you'll have 100 to 120 people buying something while they're there. So you always want to get the maximum amount of people in your store. I mean, don't worry that they might come in once in a while and not buy nothing. That's no big deal. But overall, you want the foot traffic to be as high as you can get it, which isn't easy for game shops, especially game shops that carry war games and stuff. But if you can do it, it's going to help you.
Okay. Yeah, just like helpful hints.
Yeah. And then another thing about game shops, like I said, just a variety of merchandise and stuff. I mean, war games like Hex and Shit war games are slow sellers, but there's no reason why you can't have a bookcase up there with 300 different titles of war games. I mean, they're going to sell eventually. So, and if you don't carry them, you're not going to get the people in the store who actually play Hex and Shit war games. They're going to shop elsewhere. So you're missing out on that crowd. So you need to at least have like 100 war games.
Oh, one thing that I was thinking, now that postage rates are so high, if a customer can order them through your store, maybe they won't have to pay that much in postage. So
yeah, that's true. Some stuff now it's cheaper to buy it in the store and pay sales tax than it is to have it shipped to you. I mean, because for like a blister with a figure in it that costs like $5.99. If you order it online, you're going to be paying about $4 in shipping. So you're better off just buying it at the store for $5.99 plus whatever 10% sales tax, or depends on what state you're in, or you might even be in a state that doesn't even have sales tax. And so the old cliche where things are always cheaper on the internet is no longer true. There's plenty of stuff you can get for cheaper in a game shop, even if the game shops 99% of game shops just charge straight up retail, but even at that price, there's some stuff you can get cheaper in the game shop than getting online or from Amazon or wherever.
Oh yeah, because there was one GMT game that I bought. It was Spanish Civil War, so naturally I had to buy it. If I had gone to my friendly game store, I could have gotten it for $30 less.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was on sale, too, so yeah.
A game shop having a sale? That doesn't happen too often.
Spanish Civil War, they're probably saying, oh shit, let's get this thing out of the store. What kind of, we got to lower the price because no one's going to buy this, except for some old fascist types or some commies.
Speaking of sales in game shops, the reason you don't see that many is because there's some manufacturers, if you're a game shop and you're carrying their merchandise, they absolutely forbid you from putting it on sale, or they tell you some garbage like you can only have it on sale once a year right before Christmas or something like that. Most of them don't even have that. They just tell you can't charge less than retail on our specific product. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of manufacturers who don't care, and the game shop can charge whatever they want, but there are a few, and I think like the Evil Empire, who don't want people charging less than retail for their products.
Yes. I was wondering at this store if I should have ordered anything by Avalanche Press, but they'd have to wait a couple of years for it to arrive.
Yeah, really.
We do make fun of them about that. Oh.
Well, I was just talking to one Hex and Shit Wargame publisher. There's a product of theirs I want to sell on my website, and I sent them the message, and they got back to me like 2 weeks later, and I replied and I said, yeah, I do want to buy the stuff. I said, give me the details, how to pay for it and shipping and all that, and it's been like 2 weeks since then. It's like, how the hell can you run a game publishing business when you're taking 2 weeks to respond to someone who wants to buy your friggin' product? I mean, that's criminal stupidity, absolute criminal stupidity.
Yeah. Well, maybe they got a busy work schedule.
That's not an excuse. If you have a business, you make time for the customer. If you don't want to do that, you go out of business. It's just as simple as that.
Have you thought that maybe they got so much business they haven't got around to you?
I guarantee you they don't.
That's what I like to believe, but I'm not sure if I'm right. Okay.
All right, that's pretty much all I got. You got anything, Len?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. See you guys next time.